Welcome to the Trading Lounge and the Day Ahead Report, and here we're looking at the US 30, and the price is under 13,000 as you can see, and you can see that it's had a bit of a retest here, and yesterday we were talking about this being the bottom of a third wave here, looking for a fourth wave and a fifth wave to come down. Now the price is under the 12,900. We can expect it to come down to the 12,800, which is the first minor level, so we can expect a bounce there. It's also obviously Friday, and holding long positions over the weekend is not really the best bet to do. So most of the weaknesses, as you know, is coming from lots of quarters really, but the Greece debt is the next one, with the sentiment of European larger countries slowing down in terms of production. So there's, it's not a good environment to hold long positions as such. So even though our market has been edging, it's been edging down. It hasn't, it's been holding up well, but edging down. So we need to be on that side of the market. You need to be net sort of short. So look, this picture here is the same all around. So when we're looking at the S&P 500, it's the same as well. Obviously the subgroup 2 area down here, the 65, 72 and the 80 will find some support here, bounce off the 80 there. The European markets are pretty much the same as well. I'll just come back to the DAX there, just the bigger picture here for the DAX. It's also looking rather bearish as well if the 72 here becomes the resistance, and we can expect the price to come down here a little bit further as well. So when we're looking at that previous chart here, we want to be counting 5 waves from here, so down for 1, back for 2 here, and then the third wave down. The third wave would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there'll be a fourth and a fifth. So we'll still be down here somewhere for the DAX, and the the FTSE would be the same as well. The FTSE's here. You know that that we need to work the 5772 number here is the most critical point here, which is finding resistance here now. So once this is out of subgroup 2 here, but look, that's the third wave there. There'll be some sort of little fourth in here and a fifth down here lower, so holding short there. The Australian market, this is the daily chart here. The bottom line is that the 4500 has been retested as resistance here. The volume yesterday did show some support in our market. So if I just bring this up into here, we can see that this closed off its low on higher volume there. So it is offering support there, but as mentioned, this particular pattern up here appears to be corrective rather than an impulse wave. So there's two things here. The 4500 being retested as resistance. This pattern here looks corrective in its nature, so it's likely to see lower prices being tested here. So on this market, the 4450 is really quite important through here. Yeah, look, as you know, we've been in a corrective move. We don't have anything positive to say until the 45 is support, or we've got some other sort of pattern down here that we can sort of work with. So the bias is still to the downside. When we're looking here, that we're working with this little area here yesterday, the subgroup 2, and there's been good support at the 4550, but as you can see now, it's really being breached. So the next support debt is down here, and the 4420 would be the case there. We'll look for 5 waves down here, the 1, the 2, this will be the third wave here, so there'll be the fourth and the fifth wave still to come there. So there is weakness there. There was a little bit of support in the in the commodities, so at least they were steady. So let's have a look at those, and also the US dollar as well. Okay, for crude oil here, yesterday we were looking at this working into the 85 here. We were in here somewhere, and we're considering this a fourth wave through here. So we're looking at all of this being the third wave down here. So wave 1 and wave 2, and the third wave and the fourth wave into here. The fourth wave can be a bit complicated, but still, whichever way you look at this, it's still not a sort of positive picture as such. So would still expect lows to be taken out from this bottom of this third wave here. Yeah, anyway, further to the downside here, that's probably done its sort of dash there, so short trade here. Yeah, and the copper market as well, that's this is a 1 hour chart here, not 20, but it's got the same sort of pattern in a way too. So we've got like the third wave here, the fourth wave, an A and a B and a C here. That C wave here should be in 5 waves, and that should be just about done and dusted there. The third wave would be in the middle here. So the fourth and the fifth here, so that should sort of top out through here. So this is at the 346 here. So at the 345, if this becomes the resistance at 345, a tested resistance at 345 next, then that would be the sort of the short from that point there. Just want to have a look at US BHP here. Okay, so it's down also as well, rejecting the 72 there. So yeah, sort of weakness coming into here as well. So it's just the first sort of sign of weakness. It's struggling to find it as support, so that would reflect into the materials sector. Our materials sector is working across the 10,000 trading level 1, so it's got some support there, but would need more support to work that. The US dollar in all of this as well. So the commodities have held reasonably steady, is because the US dollar here at 81. Yesterday we were talking about this being a little fourth wave here and looking for a fifth wave to make up through here. So we do have 5 waves here. So it can fail from here now. It's either going to have the top here or at 81.72 or closer to 82, higher up. Just not quite sure about that just yet. But what we can do is that while the price is under the 81 here, then those commodity prices will be stable. A move above here and support on the 81 would put the commodities in weakness, and also the currency pairs as well. So yeah, look, a move above here would create shorts, and yeah, so just, this is debatable here of what this sort of pattern is here, but it does appear to be a little bit sort of corrective. But let's just see how it goes. If it finds support on here in the next session, then you'll know to go short on most other things. So it's a very simple way of trading, but also a very robust way as well. The gold market here, just let me sort of focus in here a little bit further here. Okay, I just want to see if I got a smaller chart here somewhere. Just bear with me here. Okay, right. So yesterday we were talking about, we had this impulse wave coming up through here, and it's all good, and we were looking at a 50-60% retracement level. This was about the 50% here around the 1700. The 61.8 was around here somewhere. So what we're looking for was an ABC correction coming back down, and we were looking at, this here is an ABC correction, so it is a corrective pattern. So from that we know that new highs will be made. What we weren't sure about was, is this just the A wave? Would we get a B wave and a C wave down to here and then move up? So that's what we're looking at, and that's still possibly the case as well, because we can get a flat correction, which would be an ABC for the A wave, an A and a B and a C wave in 5 waves. So it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it can top out through here somewhere as a B wave, and then have 5 waves down here as a flat correction here, a C wave in here, and then move up through here. But in terms of trading, we really need to take a little bit of risk here and there, and trade what we see. So the breakout of the 1720 was one of the things to the upside. The other one, of course, we're in group 1 here, subgroup 1, so the 10, 20, and 30. So support on top of the 30 there would also be a positive thing to the upside, and be looking for a move there. So what we could do now is we could really count this up for 1 here, sort of a 1, 2, 3, a little ABC across here for the 4th, and up for the 5th, and then an ABC here. So basically a 1 and a 2 and a 3rd wave going up here. But for a 3rd wave going up here, we want to see a little bit of power come into it there. We have here, but we want to see more. So we look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, little ABC back, and then we want to see support on the 30. Then we want to see it take off a little bit from there. So just bear that in mind a little bit. Okay, look, silver's much the same as well. Looking at the silver chart here, it's a 1 hour. You've got to kind of get your head around the time frames, but same thing as well. And what I mentioned yesterday, you could work a trade from the 72 here, 31.72. And the other side is to build the trade on the 32 here. Once again, the top of Group 1, the 32.30 there, that's what you'd be sort of looking for there as a sort of a safer bet to the upside. But, you know, basically what we're looking at is a bullish market, just trying to find our way in there as well. So, all good. Let's have a look at the Australian dollar and the euro. Okay, just going to start with the Australian dollar today. And as you know, we were looking for... from this low point down here, we're looking for 5 waves up. So we've got our little 5 waves up through there. And then we're looking for an ABC correction or even lower. And we have got 5 waves in this move down through here. So we're looking for, oh, excuse me, yawning a lot today, moving down through here in 5 waves. And we're looking for an A and a B and a C back up here to the sort of anywhere from the 50-60%, but what's more important for me is that finding support or not on the 104.30 here, which is the top of Group 1 here. Failing to find support on here would help in calling this A, B, and 5 waves in the C wave here, as always, for that top to be in play there. So a short trade in through here would be the Elliott signal here. But it'd be nice to see the 104.20 as a retested resistance through here with a stop up there. And we should be, you know, with the C wave or wave 3 here, we'd be looking at the same length as this move down through here. So if we looked at, just in a bit of a nutshell, we just took that move here and then move that, well, we can get rid of that one, put that down through here somewhere. That's where we'd be looking at down here. So, you know, a reasonable sort of short trade through there. I'm just never really keen on trading through Group 1 here. It gets a bit sort of bouncy, but it's quite clear that we do have a 5-wave move here, and so far we do have a nice, clean, crisp ABC correction through here. So we should get some move further down through here. So that could be interesting. So just don't overtrade too much on the way down through there. There's going to be plenty of resistance through Group 1 and on 104 and so forth. But yeah, edging a few little short positions in there. Okay, the euro. So I think that using the US dollar index at 81 is part of the process here. We know the range here, so we've got the 12.772 here as resistance, and also the 128 as well. So the price, first of all, the 128 is important, and so is the 127.72. Now, this has been retested here, but the 128 hasn't been retested. So we may get a retest, and it may come from the 127.20 here. So this would be the sort of last bastion of support here for this. So a move down here would see further lows down. The next sort of serious number would be the 126.50. A bit of an odd number there, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles. So yeah, look, you just got to work the levels here. Now the S&P 500 I can see is moving down, but this is reluctantly sort of not moving down. So there is some support here. So do use that number. So a short trade here would need that 127.20 as a resistance there. But it's also you know, I sort of expect the 128 to be retested, but I also know that the 127.72 is such a strong number as well. You know, I would be better off, you know, personally, I would, if I was going to go long, I would want that. I would want this here as my support, getting a small position here and looking to add above here. So we're in a bit of a rock and a hard place because we've been working a 5-wave structure to the downside through here, and that can be the low right in at this place here, which would give us an ABC retest back up through here. But as I sort of pointed out, well, look, maybe just use the midpoint here. If the midpoint becomes support, then glean a very small position with the view of adding above this 1272 there. And the short position would be looking at it from this perspective here, this 72 here, a very small position with the view of adding under this 127, the closest largest number at that point there. So a bit of a rock and a hard place, this one here. So make sure, just give the US dollar, give both markets obviously time to unfold into the next session to work out if the US dollar is going to be above or below the 81 there. And that's obviously that's it here as such. So yeah, just give this a little bit of time here. A move up through here would create the shorts. If not, then the long trades for the euro would be down here. But once again, we want that 80.72 as there. And this is obviously important for stocks as well, because the European situation is well, certainly coming out of Greece with all their payments and so forth. So that's the real market driver at the moment. So all eyes on that. Okay. That's it really. So good morning, good luck, and have a good weekend. And don't hold too many any big long positions over the weekend, even if we do see some volume on our local market come in today as well. Okay, cheers.